right, so today we're going to try out a new lure that Salt Strong came out with recently. It's called the Mulligan. It's just a dimpled paddle tail. Their biggest claim is that the dimples on it will help you cast farther, giving you an extra shot at fish that are a little bit further away from you. We're going to try first just jigging it, and if that doesn't work, we'll probably do some cast and retrieves, or twitch it. But let's give it a shot. All right, so we're going to try and fish this Mulligan lure. Oh, there's a hit. There's a fish. First freaking drop. Look at that. That's pretty cool. Man, that's a pretty awesome sight, man. When you drop a lure down. First time I've ever fished it, man. They just came out. There's first straight bass on the Salt Strong Mulligan. Look at that. All right, man. Thank this fish for biting. Whoa, gave me the old tail whip. So my big thing when I'm testing out a lure like this is, does it work? Is the number one most important thing in my eyes. If it's not catching fish, it doesn't matter how cheap or how expensive it is. Number one, is it catching fish? Number two, how does it hold up against catching fish? I've gone through a lot of lures before that have definitely disappointed, where you had high hopes and they work, but they're junk, and you're replacing them every few fish. And then I guess the third most important after that would be, in my eyes, how much do they cost? Is it cost effective? Because if it's not cost effective, it's kind of hard to sustain unless you have a lot of money, which we do not. Oh, there we go. That was a little delayed reaction. Whew. Man, that's a puppy. Whew. That is a rat and a half, man. Holy smokes. But that's a pretty good sign, man, that a fish like this size ain't afraid to go after, a 4-inch bait like that. Oh, must have just dropped that on a one. I literally must have just dropped that. Whoa. Look at that. Another striper on the Mulligan. So this, I think, is striper number 3 on it. So I'm curious how this lure will hold up over time. So that's 3 fish. So far, so good. Don't see any wear or tear yet on the plastic. That would be a huge red flag in my eyes if, after 3 fish. Now, granted, I'm talking about stripers. You fish, toothier fish, like bluefish, sea trout, stuff like that. They might take a little bit more of a beating than, let's say, a striped bass that doesn't have teeth. But I'm going to try and keep an accurate count, if I can, how many fish we pull off with one. Not that we're not going to replace it at any point, but I just want to see what, an average lifespan of one of these lures is. Because, we talked about earlier, if you're blowing through baits, it's not as economically sound. You know, if you're catching fish, it's one thing, but you know, at what cost? Oh, there we go. Man, that one, I gotta do a better job of hitting record while I'm dropping the bait down, because that one was, the last few fish seem to be like I'm dropping it on their head. Man, I'll tell you what, fish seem to like it. What I kind of liked when I was looking at them, you know, the dimples, they say, are to help. There we go. The dimples, they say, are to help with casting distance. But what I kind of like about it is it kind of looks like scales to me. You know, I'm not sure if that's what the fish are thinking, but oh, there's a fish. There's a fish. Man, that was a thump and a half. Try and get him out of this little nook. Whoa. He's running right for the current. Ooh. Try and spin around. This current's got me turned around. Like caught in an eddy. There he is. That ain't a bad one. Another one for the mulligan. There he goes. Alright, we'll drop right here. Definitely something right beneath us. See that little hump? Try and keep myself right on top of it. Oh man, something just took a swipe at it. Gotta remember to keep it in my left hand. Oh, look at that. There we go. I knew we'd get him to come back. Oh, oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Damn, son. Whew. I knew we would get him to come back. I'll tell you what, even for something that size, they give you such a good fight. He went straight down, man. Oh, easy, buddy. Let's get you out of that current seam and into the kayak. Another one. Let's see if I can't pull up on that ledge again. There's definitely fish right on the back side of it, which you would expect, but the toughest thing is if you're either, you know, just to the left or just to the right of it, you're in like no man's land. That's why, like, when we dropped down that last time, I kept saying I want to try and keep myself in this one little spot, because they're definitely hanging right on that little edge. But if you get pushed either side of it, you're kind of not catching much. Oh, see what I mean? This guy's little. smaller. Spunky, small but spunky. Oh, doing circles. Oh, actually, this one's not as small as when I hooked him. He didn't feel as big, but now he's starting to actually get. Now he sees the kayak, he's trying to run away. Actually, that's not a bad size one. Probably, I don't know, a couple inches off of a keeper. That's actually kind of wild. The soft, whoa, oh man. Let's try that again. This guy's probably, I don't know, 24. I'm gonna look bigger in the water, but still, something like that gave me a heck of a fight. Yeah, I mean, that ain't a bad bass. Oh, there's a fish. He's like right under the kayak. I was wondering where he was going. Man, what a day this turned out to be. So right ahead of us, something big just jumped. I have no idea what, but boy, man, that was a huge explosion. That's crazy. I have no idea what that was, but we're gonna definitely take some blind cast where we saw it jump. Maybe it's a striper. You never know. This time of year I sometimes see otters, so I was trying to keep my head up. Maybe if it was a river otter. All right, just took a cast right out there. That's where we saw something big just absolutely explode on the surface. So I have no idea what it was, or if they're even still there. Oh, oh, there's a fish. There's a fish on the mulligan. Oh, battery just died on us. Probably missed about 2 minutes worth of a fight. It's actually, I think this one's actually not a bad size one. He feels like he has a little more weight than what we've been playing with. I just want to see him. I don't even care if we land him. Yeah, like this. Definitely a much larger fish. Oh yeah, look at that, dude. That's a nice bass. Man, that's a hoss, man. Look at that sucker. I'm gonna try and keep him in the water, because trying to handle a fish like this with one good hand's gonna be a task in itself. But man, look at that. Let's get this big sucker back in the water. Man, I mean, look at this freaking cow. He is just beautiful, beautiful specimen. There he goes. Look how cool that was.